We're going to get paid. We're going to take our kids on trips. We're going to buy things that we want. We're going to enjoy our life. We're going to eat the food we want. You know, by God, if I want to take my friends out for sushi and spend $200-$300 on that.
If you're thinking about starting a pressure washing business, but you want to learn more about the equipment, mixing chemicals, how to clean every surface on a residential job site, property protection, and much more,
Up,
check
guys?
out
Welcome
the How
back
to Wash
to the
course.
Lean and Mean
It'll be the
Academy,
first
where
link
we
in the
talk
comment
about
section
one
and the
truck.
description.
Big profits, baby. All right, welcome back to another video. Today's video is titled How to Be the Most Expensive Company in Your City. We're going to jump into this. I got a few really key points that I need you guys to focus on, especially if you're new in the pressure washing game or service industry game. But before we jump into that, if you're looking to take your business and launch it into 2022, I urge you to join the thousands of other guys, gals who have taken the Local Domination 0 to 7K course. This is a business course and a marketing course designed by Justin Rogers and myself, and it is designed to take you from $0 to $7,000 a month in your pressure washing business. Tons of rave reviews. We got guys from all over the world who've taken this, and many of them, a good portion of them, are doing six figures, well over six figures in their business now and growing. So if that's something you're wanting to do, it'll be the first link in the description, first link in the comments. It'll take you to the page. And we actually just updated the Facebook ads portion of that course for 2022, updated a bunch of stuff from 2020, and it is tight and right. So it's all updated, ready for you to implement immediately. Jump in. All right, let's talk about how to be the most expensive company in your city. Now, this is one of those real, controversial topics. The guys who operate from the broke mentality really struggle with this. And I want to kind of explain to you where I started and why I even got this idea in the first place in my business. Is because I started from living in my van. A lot of you know the story. I was broke, 2017, had zero money. I came off a music career and I was cleaning windows part-time. That's kind of where I branched into pressure washing and found that I could get higher tickets for this service than I could cleaning commercial route windows. I mean, anybody who's ever done that definitely gets it. It's volume's the name of the game in that world. But jumping into pressure washing, volume was not the name of the game, simply put, because people usually want their house cleaned at most every 6 months. So volume was taken out of the equation in the beginning. So I said, well, if I'm only going to be able to hit these customers once a year, maybe twice a year, I definitely am going to need to figure out my pricing so I can be not only profitable, but actually enjoy my work. I came from South Alabama, where if you do not want to just break your back, you're apparently not respectable and not a good man. Well, I kind of morphed that into the school of, if I'm going to break my back, by God, I'm going to get paid. Anyone, can I get an amen in the comments? Let me know if you agree. We're going to get paid. We're going to take our kids on trips. We're going to buy things that we want. We're going to enjoy our life. We're going to eat the food we want. By God, if I want to take my friends out for sushi and spend $200-$300 on that, I'm going to do that because my business is going to give that to me. And I had to make a decision to kind of break that old Alabama mentality that I grew up with. Rural Alabama, maybe even inner cities, probably the same way, where it's penny pinching and they really can't figure out how to break out. Well, I made a decision one day to start charging everything at high ticket, simply put, because I was a pretty good salesman at that time. I got better over time, but I also was just wanting to see how far I could push it. I knew that I was going to show up on site. I knew that I was going to deliver, and I knew at the end of my job, my customer would be happy. I was going to guarantee that. So the way I was able to take the pricing variable out of the situation was to say, you know what, if the customer is happy, the price doesn't matter. And that's something that's just like a little mind hack for you, that the price actually doesn't matter as long as the customer is happy. Because, frankly, a lot of customers that you're going to be working for, if they are a high ticket candidate, and they've got the money to pay, They've spent a lot more money on much dumber things than having someone soft wash or pressure wash their house properly. They probably have a Ford Raptor sitting out front, which is a $120,000 truck. They may have a boat or a couple boats. They may have, rent houses all over the place. And what I had to find out is that, simply put, people weren't as broke as I was. People weren't broke. The people I worked for had money and they wanted to spend it, and they would be quite offended if I didn't charge them accordingly. And this is something that is hard, very hard for a lot of people in our world to even grasp. They'll chastise me on the channel or in the comments. Please do. Go ahead. I literally do not care. I actually hope that you do. For talking about this, for kind of breaking the mold or pulling them out of the way they think, which is that old guilty way of going about getting money. Oh, pricing straight from intrinsic value, and pricing as if you were the one purchasing the pressure washing service, which we all know you're a pressure washer. You have a pressure washer in your backyard. Why would you ever purchase pressure washing services? And that thought, mixed with your broke thinking from your childhood, comes together and just pollutes your sales process. It taints it, it destroys it, and it makes you continually price from your own pocket. You price like you're cleaning for yourself, and you would never pay for it. So you have constant anxiety when you're on site. You have constant anxiety when you're pricing this for the customer and trying to close. You're praying and hoping that they will buy, and you can't imagine why they would, because pressure washing is just spraying water. And I love the guys who say that, because then they go up and etch a bunch of stucco trying to use a surface cleaner on it, or they etch a driveway to pieces and spend another $10,000 resurfacing the driveway with their insurance. So there's a lot of variables that go into pressure washing beyond just spraying water, besides the fact that you can destroy things with pressure, and we use a lot of chemicals that can kill a lot of plants and destroy things if used improperly. Okay, so I just gave you the professionalism that you possess. You possess this. Okay, when you have this, or you've taken the how to wash course, or even local domination, how to market, how to wash, teaching you about all the chemicals, how to use them, how not to destroy things, literally like liability mitigation, how to reduce your exposures in that regard, and you know how to use these chemicals as the most valuable asset in your business. Like the fact that you know how to not destroy things is so valuable. So the first step is getting it out of the intrinsic value. When we think about money,